Hey, it's Zach in marketing, and today I'm going to show you how to add and edit staff listings inside the new faculty and staff directory on the NNU website. And to do that, you'll use the same module we've used for other edits on the site, and that module is the groups module. So at the top of the page, once you've logged into Drupal, at the top of the page there, you'll see the groups module. You go ahead and click on groups, and you'll be brought to the list of all of the groups in the system. This is basically every academic department and or office inside the organization, and we all have staff and faculty that reside in those departments and offices. Today I'm going to kind of pretend that we need to add a new person into the business department, and we'll go ahead and create a new staff member here. Anytime that a staff member is added to or edited inside one of the departments or offices listed in the groups module, they'll automatically be added to or edited inside the faculty and staff directory. So to create a new listing, what you'll do is you go over to this little drop down arrow next to the edit button, and I must say you'll only see edit buttons that you have permissions to change. So if you are in the business department, you'll only see an edit button over here if you can make changes within that department. So underneath this little drop down arrow, you can click Nodes. And you'll be brought to a page that lists all of the nodes assigned to this group. So that'll be a mix of degrees and component pages and other pieces of content or nodes in Drupal. And if you need to create a new staff member listing, like maybe we hired a new person, you can click this Add New Content button here and select Group Node Staff. Now you won't see all of these node types in the system, you'll only see Group Node Staff. So when you click that, you'll be brought to a page that gives you a form to fill out to add a person to the faculty and staff directory. This is a pretty short form, and it starts with a title field. Now I have to make a point here. Don't confuse this with the title, like a position title. This is a field that's required by Drupal to give the title to a node. So this is a great place to add the actual display name of the person. And you'll see here I kind of say, give you an example, Dr. Indiana Jones. So it'd be good to put in something like Dr. John Smith, or in my case, you could just put my name, which would be Zach Vineyard. We'll go ahead and create something just like test person for now. And just remember that this phrase is what people will see inside the faculty and staff directory first. And then we're going to add something called the teaser image, or basically just the image, the image for the person in here. And that's just something that you can upload from your device. And so you can click Add Media and go to Choose File from your desktop and choose a file. And we can go ahead and pick a picture of my dog here, I guess. His name is Cooper. And we'll add and insert that. And then we can add a phone number. And this can be a full phone number. And that's good because of mobile. Mobile users, they can just go ahead and tap on that phone number from the directory and then go ahead and dial the number immediately. And then we'll add in first and last name. Oops. And then there's room for a short bio. This is limited to 500 characters, just that way it doesn't get too long, but a person can add a text biography here. This is optional. And then they can also upload a CV. This is currently restricted to only PDF document uploads, but this would be a great place to have somebody add maybe their CV to the site if they think it's important. Then you can add a person's position. This is their actual title on campus. So and then we will add an email address. Now this is a really, I'll show you a neat little feature here in a little while, but when you add their email address here, it will put their email address on the front end of the website, so people will be able to find and contact faculty and staff by phone or email address. But we're using a technique to essentially hide this email address or obfuscate this email address in our source code so that we can hopefully control the amount of spam and phishing attempts we get to your inbox. So we're working on ways of really trying to limit how much exposure you have out there via email, and hopefully curb any future spam or phishing attempts. So it's a neat feature. And then here you can switch this from draft to published, and go ahead and click save. Now, it's clear that my photo was kind of not in the right mode here, was in landscape and not portrait. But this kind of gives you an idea of what that node will look like when it's saved. It'll give you a phone number, an email address, a position, and the bio and other fields would be printed out here if you added them to the record. But now when you go back to groups, go to list, go back into business, go to the nodes in business, you'll see that test person has been added as a node inside that group. And this makes it so that anybody who is a content contributor in your office could edit that node and help keep information up to date. So that's how you edit or create a new faculty staff person inside the faculty staff directory. Now, if we already have a person created in the directory, we'll go ahead and assign them to your group before you jump in there and start editing. And then if in the future you need to edit that person's record again, over here on the right next to that, in that same row, you can hit the little drop down and click edit node. That brings you back to the editing form. So maybe we don't really want to use that photo. That's fine. And then go ahead and click save. One last thing here is that I think we have it currently set so that the records will have to get approved in the moderation queue, so you might not be able to actually change this from draft to published. I think it will always leave it in a draft state for you until we publish that out of the moderation queue, which we do every day. So keep that in mind. You may or may not actually be able to change that, but you will be able to delete a staff node in case somebody takes a new job and we no longer want them listed on the site. If you are a content contributor for your department or office, you'll be able to delete a staff node. And that's about it. You'll be able to edit and manage the people listed in the faculty and staff directory through the groups module, and you'll be able to add and or remove people from that faculty staff directory by adding and removing nodes from your group in the system. Thanks.